Iowa football adds another piece to its 2024 recruiting class from a familiar area just down the road from Iowa City. More on the commitment of a Derek Weisskopf in a moment. But first, a reminder to subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Please also like this video, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your fellow Hawk fans about the show, and help this channel, help my content to grow. I appreciate all the support that has been given. If you want to make a donation to the show, you can do that in the description below. And of course, if you want to sponsor the show, reach out to me from the eye of the storm at outlook.com. Also want to give a shout out to our sponsor for this video, Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford in Ankeny. Josue taking care of all of your used and new car purchasing needs down at Dewey Ford in Ankeny. Do he treat you better? He do at Dewey Ford. Call him, 515-776-1068. Now, here's the great thing about purchasing through Josue at Dewey Ford. Not only do you know that you're going to get great service and honest dealings from Josue, if you purchase a car through Josue Alvarez at Dewey Ford, you will receive a $100 Casey's gas card with any purchase through Josue at Dewey Ford. Again, call Josue at 515-776-1068 for all of your used and new car purchasing needs. So appreciate Josue for the sponsorship. The big news out of Hawkeye Nation today, though, a commitment for the 2024 class, the Iowa football class. Derek Weisskopf is on board, kid from Williamsburg, just down the road from Iowa City. Recent offer, and he did not take time, did not really wait to make this decision. Weisskopf, a 3-star by 247 Sports, no star rating yet by Rivals. That will, of course, change. Here's the deal, though. He was wanted by Wisconsin, by Iowa State, by Nebraska. They all offered, and Rivals also reporting that Notre Dame was in on Weisskopf, had not yet offered, but he actually visited all 4 of those offered schools within the past month. So, all 3 of those schools that offered Weisskopf were rivals of Iowa, Nebraska, Iowa State, and Wisconsin. So it's always a good deal, always a good day when you can beat out your rivals, especially in the Big Ten West, for a top recruit. And no, he's not, we're talking about ratings. So far, Weisskopf is not going to be rated real high, but you watch him on film, he's a big kid. He's about the size, put this in perspective, he's about the size of a Jack Campbell when Jack Campbell was that age. He's listed at 6'3", 205, according to Rivals. And I am just seeing, as I'm talking now, I am just seeing a ranking. So I think this literally just happened, unless I'm imagining things. I think this 3-star rating just was added here over the course of recording this video. So Weisskopf, a 3-star recruit, committed to Iowa today. I'm recording this 4:20 on this Wednesday. You watch him on tape, he is big. He's got a good knack for finding the football. He knows how to lay a punch. You also saw him doing some different things on offense, lining up as a receiver. You saw him punting the ball on special teams. Williamsburg, a small school. He's versatile. Do I expect him to be a punter at Iowa? No, I expect him to play linebacker at Iowa, although he's listed by most recruiting sites as an athlete. But again, at 6'3", 205, who knows? How big can he be? Could he end up being a defensive end someday? Is that possible? Could they move him to tight end? That's what you can do with a versatile athlete like this. And you have a guy who you can count on at least to be able to get the ball downfield if you're in an emergency situation at punter. And literally, Williamsburg is within 20, 25 minutes of Iowa City. So I'm guessing that Weisskopf was born and raised a Hawkeye fan. So kind of a dream come true. No surprise that he did not wait. Got the commitment in before Iowa's open practice on Saturday. Would expect him to be there. Don't have that official, but wouldn't be surprised to see Weisskopf there. And we'll see what happens with his recruiting. We're talking 2024 class. Iowa's already got a couple other commitments for that class, but I say it every recruiting video that I publish, you've got to continue to recruit these kids if you're Iowa, because there's going to be other schools that coming in and thinking, hey, we got a year or two to somehow get this kid away from Iowa City and away from his commitment. But boy, a Williamsburg local kid, I would expect that commitment to be pretty strong. And so we see now a couple linebackers in the class. You got a offensive lineman as well. 3 in-state recruits. Future videos coming on those 2 other recruits. Actually, they committed before I started posting recruiting videos here on the channel. But a good day as Iowa recruiting missed out on Kyler Casper, missed out on Mac Markway recently. So it was nice to get a commitment from a kid who I think has got a lot of upside. And let's remember, guys like Josie Jewell, who came from Decorah, I mean, that guy had no offers besides Iowa. He had an offer from UNI and I think interest from a couple North Dakota schools. So don't read into the star rating or any of that stuff right now. It's obvious Seth Wallace. Say what you want. I know there's some controversy right now this week with Seth Wallace added to that discrimination lawsuit that's up against the University of Iowa and a couple employees. There's no question about it that Seth Wallace knows how to recruit. He knows how to identify talent at that linebacker spot. And, everybody talks about why is Iowa so good defensively year after year. I think they've kind of found that magic touch with Phil Parker, certainly as the coordinator, but specifically coaching defensive backs. They really like Seth Wallace coaching linebackers. And Kelvin Bell, I mean, the defensive line has probably been the weakest of all three levels of that defense, but has it really been weak? I mean, you can still basically count on 6 to 8 guys, solid guys rotating. And I don't think last year was real indicative of that, although I don't think they lacked depth. They may have lacked dynamic playmaking ability, but you got to give Kirk Ferentz credit for what he's built as far as a coaching staff on defense. And certainly Weisskopf is going to help that. Again, 6'3", 205, according to Rivals, out of Williamsburg, Iowa, listed as a 3-star athlete, but expect his recruitment to continue until his signing day comes. So appreciate you hopping on with me here this afternoon. A good day to be a Hawkeye fan as Iowa gets another tough and versatile defender in Derek Weisskopf. I'm Corey Brada from the Hawkeye of the Storm.